Just a minute. I'll just start the recording. So today we are going to see some of the insights regarding the NoSQL database and regarding some of the design issues that carry out in the NoSQL database. So 1 second, just a minute. Yeah. Madam. Hello. Hello.
Sir.
Yeah. Okay. So now, just a minute. I think there is small issue. Okay. So today we are going to see some of the insights regarding the NoSQL database, particularly NoSQL database design issues. So before we go ahead regarding the design issues, we need to see regarding the basics of NoSQL database. As we have different types of NoSQL database, one is column family database and key value pair, along with document database, along with graph database. So these four are the major important databases that we need to discuss as far as MongoDB and other related applications are concerned. So today we are going to see some of the design issues as far as the basic issues that we occur when we come across regarding the design of NoSQL database. So NoSQL database is similar to DBMS, but the change is that we have huge amount of data, a large amount of data that we come across in the NoSQL database. So today, when we come across regarding all the basic issues regarding the NoSQL database, so we need to compare with DBMS and what are the various sort of applications that we come across as far as NoSQL database is concerned. So today, the major important thing is that we come across regarding the data modeling complexity. So that means we have a graph. When we come across a graph or when we come across a document database, we have a huge amount of data and we need to model all the data. So that means we need to have a predefined schema. Based on the predefined schema, we need to design all the complete database that we come across in the DBMS based systems. But when we come across regarding the NoSQL database or other higher end database versions, we do not have a specific schema to define each and every data that we come across. So that is one of the major issue that we come across in the NoSQL database. So it offers flexibility, but makes harder to enforce data integrity and consistency. So this we will come across in the Brewer's cap theorem regarding confidentiality, integrity, and other related aspects. So next thing is regarding the design for queries. So unlike DBMS, we do not have the predefined queries and the executions that will take place. And one more thing is that we have embedded versus referenced data that we come across in the NoSQL database. That means we need to choose a particular document and we need to define the JSON-based query that is defined in the NoSQL database, and based on that, we need to work on. So that is also one of the major issues that we come across in the NoSQL database. So finally, when we take up regarding the data modeling complexity, it is a most important issue that we come across in the NoSQL database design. Second thing is that data consistency and integrity. We have a theorem called as CAP theorem, where we have consistency, availability, and partitioning. So this CAP theorem suggests we have only two. We can apply only two. We can apply either confidentiality or availability that takes place, or we can apply confidentiality and partitioning. We can have only two of the things, but we do not have all the three things that come across at once. So this is also one of the major issues that come across. And as we have some related ACID properties that we come across in the DBMS based systems, so we have concurrent updates and anomalies that might across, we can easily overcome them with the help of ACID properties. But when we compare to that, when we take across regarding the NoSQL database or higher end databases, we do not have such sort of properties. So this is also one of the major issues that we come across. And third thing is that scalability and distribution. We have splitting up the data into multiple components. So we are going to take the large amount of data where we have sharding and sharding nothing architecture. So this is also one of the major important architecture that we come across in the NoSQL database. So which consists of certain complexities like uneven load distribution and certain networking issues that might have come across in the sharding properties. So this is also one of the major important property that come across in the NoSQL database. So this is also one of the key challenging tasks to maintain the sharding architecture and to sustain this particular architecture. This is also one of the major key important issue. So we have some sort of replications that come across. Since we do not have ACID properties, we do not have the property of atomicity. That means data can be replicated at any point, and we need to sustain the data in each and every prospectives of the points that we come across. So this is also one of the major key challenging tasks that we come across in the design issue. Apart from this, we have indexing. We have automatic indexing that come across. When we install MongoDB in our system, you will have the indexing at that particular instance. When we see ahead regarding those videos, you can go through that. We can have the automatic indexing that come across in the NoSQL database. And based on this, we need to maintain all the queries, execute all the queries. So this is also one of the key challenging tasks or the design issue that we come across in the NoSQL database. So query performance and indexing that cannot be sustained or visualized at one instance of time in NoSQL database. So this is also one of the major key issues. So we can have some slow queries or higher end memory issues that might come across in the indexing issue. Because of the indexing issue, we can have the slow queries or high range of memory allocations that come across. And one more thing is that because we are using different database elements that we take across, we do not have a standardized or integrated data that come across. Our data will be present in multiple parts or multiple angles, and we are supposed to maintain each and every angle or the part that come across. So this is also one of the major challenging issues, that is that standardization. We need to standardize the data. So this is also one of the key challenging tasks. And schema evaluation. So as I said, we do not have a predefined schema. So we need to take different sort of structures, and based on the transformations, we need to develop the schema. So this is also one of the key challenging tasks regarding the schema evaluation is concerned. So how we are going to evaluate the schema and what are the basic records and the necessities regarding the versioning and the schema evaluation is concerned. So this is also one of the key challenging tasks that we come across in the NoSQL database. So apart from this, we have certain security concerns like authentication, authorization, and encryption that come across in the NoSQL database. All these three are the major sort of design issues. Apart from this, we have some sort of fault tolerance and recovery basis as far as NoSQL database system is concerned. But not all the NoSQL database system will offer all the sort of ACID properties. So we cannot have the integrity, and we cannot have the duplication of the data that come across. So fault tolerance, nothing but one sort of node failures. When we come across the node failures, we can have the backup and the recovery process, automatic backup and recovery process that will take place in the distributed database management systems. Particularly NoSQL, some of the NoSQL database systems will support these sort of strategies. So this is also one of the major key important issues that we come across in the NoSQL database. Another one is we have some sort of tools to monitor, report, and analysis. And these tools are limited to some sort of extent, some extent only. Not all the extent, but some extent only. So this is also one of the key challenging tasks that we face in NoSQL database. So it is also one of the key challenging tasks that we come across in the NoSQL database. And apart from this, we need to have a developer expertise who is going to develop the distributed database management system that we come across with the NoSQL patterns. would need to maintain all the integrity issues, all the consistency issues, and all the major issues regarding the modeling and other aspects. So this is also one of the major challenging tasks to maintain the expertise with regard to each and every sort of element, from the initial to the final element. So this is also one of the major challenging tasks that we might face when we come across during NoSQL database. So these are the some of the design issues that we come across in the NoSQL database. Coming apart from the data modeling to the developer expertise. So each and every issue is treated as a major issue because maintenance of NoSQL database is not that much familiar or that much easier. Because when we deal with the huge amounts of data, the modeling may get replicated and the schema may not be apt according to that particular model is concerned. So maintaining each and every property and defining each and every prospective is a key challenging task. So to sustain it, we need to define each and every property in detail, learn each and every property in detail, so that we can have good idea regarding the NoSQL data. So for that, we can have a comparison with the Ramayana epic. Based on that, we can have a good sort of synergy or the analogy that might take place with the design issues as far as NoSQL database is concerned. So when we compare with data modeling issue, so how Rama is going to model all the Vanara army that or the strategies that takes place. So this is one of the key challenging tasks. So based on the war field synergy, how Rama is going to model all the Vanara army. So this is also one of the aspects that is treated as modeling is concerned. So second thing is that consistency versus availability. As I said, we do not have all the three properties at one instance of time. So we can have one sort of consistency, we can have one sort of availability. So before Rama goes to capture that, I mean, the what I mean, the lady. So that means the junk. So he left Sita ahead, and when he come across, Sita got addicted. So captured with Ravana. So this is also one of the major things. So before that availability is there, but after that availability is not there. So availability and consistency. Rama is not going to maintain consistently as far as Sita production is concerned. So this is also one of the major issues that we come across in the NoSQL database. So sharding, nothing but one kind of team division. So Rama going to divide all the teams of Vanar Sena so that he can win in the war accordingly. So this is also one of the major things that we come across in the sharding and sharding nothing architecture. So this division of teams is not that much easier. If we have 10 teams, we can split 5-5. If we have 5 teams, we can split 2.5 and 2.5. And based on this 2.5, which data is familiar to make the war field win. So win-win situation. To have the win-win situation, this subdivision is not that much easier. So in the same way, the sharding architecture is not that much easier. So we need to divide each and every data that is available in the sharding architecture in a subdivision that each and every data captures its own wisdom. So such sort of wisdom is not embedded in our systems. So that is also one of the key challenging tasks. So now coming to the next case, that is embedding versus referencing. So Sita, who is in Ayodhya, and when compared with Ashoka Vatka. So these two are the major challenges when we come across in embedding and reference. So this come across the embedding and this come across the referencing. So based on this reference, so Hanma came to that Ashoka Vatka accordingly. So like that, we can have the data categorization. So coming to the standardization. So when you come across the war field of strategy of Rama, you will have different sort of kings or kingdoms that come across in the Warner's era. So various kingdoms are being sorted as, are being standardized, and based on that, the Warfield strategy is accustomed. So that is also one of the major things. Coming to the security, when Rama is in Ayodhya, the security is high. We can define the security is high. So when Rama exiled from Ayodhya, there are some sort of lagging issues in security aspects. So this is also one of the key challenging tasks. So security is one of the key challenging tasks. So coming to the recovery. So after the war field, how Lanka is going to rebuild after the war field. So this can be treated as a recovery. So coming to schema evaluation. So how Rama is going to transform when he is in the Ayodhya as king, and how the transformation takes place when Rama is in the forest. So these two are the major issues that we come across as far as evaluation is concerned. Now coming to the query performance. So how Hanuman is effectively leaping to Lanka. That is also one of the major thing that takes place as far as query performance is concerned. Coming to the final thing, that is the expertise. So all these things comes under the Valmiki expertise in writing this particular epic or mythology is concerned. So this is also one of the major aspects as far as the expertise is concerned. So keeping ahead regarding all the properties, we can go and we can visualize all the comparative data analysis. So based on the data analysis, we need to build each and every property in the NoSQL database so that these issues will not occur in future when we have the construction or the building of the NoSQL database. So these are the some of the insights, and this is one of the pictorial representation regarding the data modeling, consistency, sharding, embedding, referencing, and standardization architecture is concerned. So this is regarding the security, schema evaluation, query performance, and all the other properties. You can visualize with through this particular design analysis is concerned, design issues is concerned. So as far as our syllabus is concerned, we are not going to have